कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकि कोकिलम्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताया पतये नमः। जयत्याश्रितसन्त्रास ध्वान्तविध्वंसनोदयः प्रभावान् सीतया देव्या परमव्योमभास्करः परमव्योमभास्करः।
श्रीमते निगमान्त महादेशिकाय नमः। तनुतर विशिख विताडन विघटित विशरारु शरारु ताटका ताटकेय. In his famed Raghuvira Gadyam or Mahavira Vaibhavam, Swami Vedanta Deshika, the polymath of the 13th century, states how the Lord was able to vanquish Tataka with his one arrow. Tanutara Vishikha Vitadana Vighatita Vishararu Shararu Tataka Tatakeya, how he was able to vanquish Tataka. So we have seen Rama being obedient to the words of Vishwamitra and vanquishing Tataka in the Yuddham. Later, they all pass through Siddhashramam. It is at that juncture that Vishwamitra manages to narrate the birth of Vamana to Aditi and Kashyapa, who goes to the Yajnavatika of Bali Chakravarti, requests for 3 measures of land and then becomes Trivikrama. We also saw from an excerpt of Ananda Ramayanam as to Bali Chakravarti put down the arrogance of Ravana, and Bali Chakravarti's arrogance was put down by Lord Sriman Narayana in his incarnation as Vamana Trivikrama. So thereby Narayana had won over Bali and Bali had won over Ravana, proving that Rama could win over Ravana himself. That said, we also have Vishwamitra telling Rama and Lakshmana to do a pradakshinam around Siddhashramam. Adyaiva diksham pravishya bhadram te munipungava siddhashramoyam siddhaha syad satyamastu vachastava. Then he takes the both of them, the duo, to his hermitage. He introduces the Yuva, the warriors, Rama and Lakshmana, to the inmates of his Rajyam and says that today onwards we are going to perform the Yajnam for which I have called you. And remember Rama, whenever we perform Yajnam and we are engaged in such austerities, Maricha and Subahu, the sons of Tataka, come and throw loads of flesh, loads of blood into the Yajna Kunda. Such adulteration, such contamination spoils the entire aura of this Yajnavatika and we have to repeat the Yajnam again. Remember Rama, though we may have the powers to fight them, we cannot use them because we are doing a Yajnam. We cannot keep doing one karma and fight the other person. So you both have to protect us. So saying so and obtaining the command of Vishwamitra, Rama makes Lakshmana stand in one position while he goes around the Yajnavatika on supervision. This is what happens. But Valmiki has to give a description how he did that. He says that Lakshmana was made to stand like the lower eyelid. See, here we have one, that which covers our eye. We have the upper eyelid too, so that covers our eye. Whenever we are sleeping, we close our eyelids, we close our eyes. Whenever we are meditating, we do so. But remember, if these are the eyelids, then the upper eyelid keeps moving. If you have to wake up, the upper eyelid opens. If you have to close your eyes and rest, it comes down. The lower eyelid doesn't move. So it is a constant. The upper part is a variable. So Lakshmana was made to stand like the lower eyelid and Rama went like the upper eyelid here and there protecting the yajnam. Pashya Lakshmana Shiteshu Manavam Manu Samhitam Mohayitva Nayatyenam Naja Pranair Viyujyate. So use Manavastram and throw away Maricha because Subahu was killed with an Agneyastram. So of the two people who came to disrupt the yajnam, Subahu was killed with Agneyastram. Vigrihya Sumahachastrai Agneyam Raghunandanaha Subahurasi Vikshepa Saviddaha Prapatad Bhuvi. So obtaining that particular astram, being hit by that astram, Subahu died. Whereas Maricha was driven away. Remember this word, he was not killed. Maricha was driven roughly from the Bihar, Uttar Pradesh region to the southern part of our Bharata Desham, which is Tamil Nadu. And he came and fell. Now we will have to see Maricha later in Aranyakandam. Remember this particular incident, he was not killed, he was driven away. Now, for 6 nights, Rama protected the Yajnavatika. Well, Tyagaraja Swami, one of the composers in the Telugu language, says, Pasitala Mande Muniyaгаmunani Bahuparakrama Vonu Nerungana Raka Shashivadana Bhaktajanavana Shashivadana. You have got the face of a full moon. Bhaktajanavana. You are the one who protects your devotees. Shankarane Pasitala Malde Muniyaгаmunani, the one who protected the yagam of Muni. So after having killed Tataka, killed Subahu, driven away Maricha, allowed the rishis to perform their yajnam peacefully, Rama and Lakshmana follow Vishwamitra. That is when they all cross the waters of Ganga. Nasti Ganga samam tirtham, nasti matru samo guruhu, nasti Vishnu samo devaha, nasti Ramayanat param, nasti Ramayanat param. There is no scripture greater than Ramayanam. Nasti Vishnu samo devaha. There is no deva who is equivalent to Vishnu. Nasti matru samo guruhu. Whoever it be. For them, mother is the first and the greatest of the teachers. Nasti Ganga samam tirtham. You may want to bathe in Mississippi, Rhine River, Tigris, Indus, whichever river, Kaveri, Tamravarni. But here the shlokam says, Nasti Ganga samam tirtham. Whatever said and done, nothing can match the waters of Ganga. You know, people even from the south of India, all the south of India, you know, in earlier days, today going to any place has become so easy. But in those days, they used to go to Kashi, and the one thing that everybody used to remind the other person who used to go to Kashi, please bring me Ganga Jalam. There used to be one small matkas made of many metals, brass, copper. So that Ganga water used to be brought to the house, used to be kept in the puja room. And when an elderly person, let's say somebody is on the deathbed and they are just about to die, then the waters of Ganga will be given to them. So this is what we have been used to, even in the south of India. So Ganga waters is very important. Nasti Ganga samam tirtham. Then Rama requested, could you please narrate how Ganga came into picture? Bhagavat Shrotrumichami Gangam Tripathagam Nadim Trailokyam Kathamakramya Ganga Nadanadipatim. How does Ganga, where was she born? Where is she flowing? How many tributaries or distributaries she has? And how she manages to reach the Samudram, where the destination is. Then Vishwamitra starts narrating. He says, Himavan and Mena, the king and the particular wife Mena, they had 2 daughters. The first one was Ganga, the second one was Uma. Uma is Haimavati, the daughter of Himavan. So this Uma was married to Rudra, who's Shiva, and was born Kartikeya. So the birth of Parvati's son Kartikeya, who is the grandson of Himavan, and Ganga are related, because for Kartikeya, if you go by relationship, for Kartikeya, Skanda, Guha, these are all the names. In the south of India, he is called as Muruga, Sendilandava. So these are all the names given to the same deity. So this Kartikeya was born to Lord Shiva and Parvati. Now, what is the relationship between Kartikeya and Ganga? Ganga is his mother Parvati's elder sister. So Ganga is the elder aunt of Kartikeya. Now we need to understand from the nature's perspective as well. Lord Shiva sits in Kailasha Parvatam, which is a part of the Himalayan range. Himalayas is his father-in-law. So Parvati is the daughter. So there is no family problem. They are settled in that house. Where does Ganga come from? The Gangotri glacier, which is Himalayas. So Ganga is in a way too the daughter of Himavan. Now while this is being asked, he starts narrating first Kumara Sambhavam. He says, I will now tell you. So the word Kumara Sambhavam, we all understand that word emerged because Mahakavi Kalidasa wrote that work later. Yes, the beautiful work, Mahakavi Kalidasa's Kumara Sambhavam Astyuttarasyan Dishi Devatatma Himalayo Nama Nagadhirajaha Purva Paru Toyanidhi Vigahya Stitav Prithivya Iva Manadandaha. This is how beautifully Kumara Sambhavam begins. It's a beautiful kavyam by Kalidasa, but this name, though he calls the kavyam by that name, earlier that particular name was found in Mahakavi Valmiki's Ramayanam itself. He says, Bhaktasjaya Kartikeye Kakutstha Bhuvi Manavaha Ayushman Putra Pautraischa Skandasalokyataam Vrajet. Skandasalokyataam Vrajet. Whoever listens to this particular Kumara Sambhavam that is being narrated by B. Rama, they will surely obtain the grace of Kartikeya or Skanda. How was he born? There was a demon called Tarakasura. This Tarakasura could be vanquished only by an offspring of Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva releases his vital fluid when he is in union with Parvati, and that goes settles in the weeds, the long weeds that were grown on either sides of Ganga river, and those were called as Shara. Since they all settled in Shara's Vana, that forest, the boy who was born later was called Shara Vana. Today in the south of India, the pronunciation has little changed. Instead of Shara Vana, it is Sara Vana. So this particular vital fluid got settled, and the 6 ladies who occupy the constellation of Kritika Nakshatram obtained it. They underwent gestation and delivered 6 boys. These 6 boys born on 6 lotuses were brought together by Parvati as the one deity with 6 faces. Shanmukha. So Shanmukha, Kartikeya, Sharavana, Skanda, these are all the names. In the south of India, he is revered with utmost respect as Muruga. Now, Divyam Sharavanam Chaiva Pavakaditya Sannibham Yatra Jato Mahatejaha Kartikeyogni Sambhavaha. Now, that Charitram was told how Kartikeya was born, and later how he was able to vanquish Tarakasura in the war. Now, the one born of Ganga, the one who is born in the Ganga waters, Gangeya, who is Kartikeya, Muruga's Charitram has been mentioned. Now, Vishwamitra is bound to tell the Charitram of Ganga river. So, Ganga, Gangeya. Ganga is the river. One born in Ganga is Gangeya, who is Kartikeya. Incidentally, the word Ganga, Gangeya is also connected with Sri Mahabharatam. There, Ganga is the river, Gangeya is Bhishmacharya or Devavrata. So, he is called Gangeya. Here Kartikeya is called Gangeya. Kartikeya Gangeya Gauri Tanaya Kartikeya Gangeya Gauri Tanaya. Today I had the bhagyam to describe Kartikeya's Charitram Kumara Sambhavam from the angle of Valmiki, not from Kalidasa's. And we heard about Gangeya, who's Kartikeya. Tomorrow we will be able to witness Ganga's Charitram, Gangotpatti, through a great devout person called as Bhagiratha. Dear Astika reader, I am happy to be authoring a 2-part book on the Ramayana in English. The first part is slated for release in the year 2024. The book aims to recreate and retell the Ramayana of Valmiki, conforming to the ancient commentaries and other allied literature. To receive notifications of the book release, kindly register with www.deshikadaya.org/books. Namaskaram.